Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shirley, also known as Backttalk, and I usually do anything Disney, but today we're at Universal Studios Florida. We did get the express pass on this day. It was the first experience with it, so I wanted to do a video just going over if it's worth it. We got it on a very summer busy day, so it cost us $270 per person. So I really wanted to do the breakdown of like the wait times versus posted times. I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to ask me questions on the comments. Now let's hear all about it. So first thing, we walked in right at park opening. We went through the right gate, and you actually get to see a first aid right there. Both parks have a first aid in case you need it. Our first ride was the Hollywood Rip It Rocket ride, and that one we did not use our express pass because we thought we were just walking in, but as you can see, we waited 30 minutes, so it took a little bit of a chunk in the morning. We then got a refill through the day cups. I recommend them. We use them every day at home. They're just so nice to drink out of. It's really weird, and you have like refillable cups all day, so that's great. Then we went over to the tribute store. I know it's not really a ride and we haven't used our express pass yet, but I couldn't contain myself when I saw what it was. It was a tribute store for E.T., Jaws, and Back to the Future, which is my favorite. So the first story movie that you get is E.T., which I ran through. I really like E.T., but it's not like one of my go-to favorites. It's definitely a cool classic, and it was nice to see the little bear sign on the corner, and of course where he is in the middle of the plushes, all tiny and cute. After E.T., you get to Jaws, which I know Joey from Taste Like Disney is gonna be upset that I didn't take my time in this section, but yeah, I don't like Jaws that much, but I wish I would have gotten more footage for him because I know that he really likes Jaws. But it was a really nice scene, and I do like Jaws on the one in California. I like the little part in the tram. But next up, of course, the one and only Back to the Future. I love Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3. Let me know in the comments if you've seen it and which one of the three is your favorite. If you say number 3, I'm going to have some questions. But yeah, you walk in and it's amazing. Let me show you.
Yeah.
As you fall and throw your cup back. Yeah, DeLorean, but nope.
That's from the movie where he was gonna plan out
Oh yeah?
his return. Look at little
Uh-oh. There it goes.
I didn't think we were driving.
You don't. Say, hey Brian, you wanna go to Florida?
Brian, do you want to go to Florida?
I mean, I don't know they'll have it here. Oh, playing guitar. And hoverboard.
Did I use my savings?
Really want it? I mean, it's cast iron though.
Look at the picture. As you can see, I started geeking out. No, I did not use my money for my savings. But eventually I will buy one of these really cool souvenirs that has all their signatures. I just love Back to the Future. It had a lot of really cool movie memorabilia in there. It had the You're Fired from Needles. It had the plants. It had the pictures. And then the merch was also very cute. We did come back because I didn't want to carry the merch. So we came back twice. This is just the original footage of us seeing it for the first time. The Under the Sea, I have that poster. Actually, I need to frame it. I actually don't know where I left it. And then you could pick songs. We didn't stay too long to pick them, but I did, like when we went back, I did see people like selecting. You have the newspapers with the clock tower on the floor. Like there was just so much. If you can see underneath, it has the batteries that he stole. It's just such a good movie. I just can't with it. But yeah, just really nice memorabilia. Just like the Halloween tribute store or the Jurassic World tribute store, on the way out you see some memorabilia. You saw the Let's Go Out to the Movies. It was just such a cute store. Next up was the Mummy, or so we thought, but it is closed, and I believe it reopened recently and now it's closed again. It's really upsetting because I really like the Mummy ride over in Florida. Then, of course, we had to go over to the wonderful wizarding world of Harry Potter over in Crisscross Station. I recommend going once in the morning and once at night just because it looks completely different. It is always crowded no matter what time you go, so it's just something you have to deal with, unfortunately. But yeah, it's just really worth it. So we went through the walls, you know. I just love the little wall part. It's such a really well done park. I wish it was bigger, and I wish it was like its own entity, like a third park, but there it is. And then we went to the Leaky Cauldron for breakfast. I've only been here for lunch-ish. I'm very picky, so when I went for lunch I got fries, and then we went for breakfast and I also got fries, but it wasn't fries, it was like those potatoes, like breakfast potatoes. I really like the decorations in the place. It really makes it look like the little hotel, the little Leaky Cauldron with all the decorations. Everybody, all the cast members, are they cast members at Universal Studios? I guess. All of the employees were really nice and really in character. And then there's Brendan. And it has the upstairs where you see it in the movies, with cook shrinks just coming down, I wish. And then there's portraits depending on where you sit. You can ask for seats, but mostly it's wherever they sit you. Sometimes you can make a reservation, sometimes you can't. It just really depends. For breakfast, you just walk in and they give you a table based on your party size, and it was all very, very quickly. Again, here are my potatoes. They were so good. I recommend both potatoes morning and lunch. And then Brendan got like a regular pancake breakfast. He would not recommend it. I would recommend going in there, getting some potatoes and a butterbeer. Then we went over to the bank. I got myself some money, and then we went over to the actual Escape from Gringotts. So it was posted for 75 minutes. We only waited 15 minutes with our express pass, which is really good for this ride, because this ride, if you don't go right at opening, the line goes really long in the morning, so you kind of want to wait in the middle of the day when it goes down. But 15 minutes with the express pass was really worth it. We still got to pass through all of the really nice queue, like the bank, the elevator, and we got to do the ride. It was just really confusing with the signs. We didn't know where the express people should go, and I think at some point we became part of the normal line because there was just not enough signs and we were really confused. It ended up working out, but yeah, that was like my only weird thing about this express pass. Then we went over and we saw birds, and of course this from the movies with the little bird sounds. Just little hidden gems everywhere. Like the dragon. Now the dragon does that every hour, I want to say, but not always, so go in the morning. We also saw Creature. If you know me, you know I love Creature, especially from the books. I love how Jim Dale portrays Creature. Moving on, we went to Men in Black. I think it's called Alien Attack. It was posted for 35 minutes. With our pass, it was only 5 minutes, and weirdly enough, we had our own cart. I don't know why. It was odd.
Buck spray to take this one down. According to our satellites, this thing is the size of Alaska and Florida. Oh boy. Only one thing left to do.
Basically, you zig when you should zag. You gotta learn when to run and gun, when to lock and load, baby. Try again.
Next up is Puke Tours. Just kidding. It's the Simpsons ride. I really don't like this ride. We avoid it when we're in California. It was posted for 15 minutes. We waited 15 minutes. Still too long. I get so dizzy on this ride. I don't know why they had to change the Back to the Future ride to this. The zone itself is really cute. Like the Simpsons area is really cute. I actually think the one in California is done way better because they get a whole section. I feel like this Simpsons section is like in a corner. The one in California is like a whole like long thing. And we didn't have the best experience eating at the one in Florida over at Simpsons Land. So I don't know. I'm divided on this one.
Bottles is the game to play. Throw balls at the bottle with all your might. Won't do a thing cause they're nailed on tight.
Next, we just looked around. We saw the DeLorean and the train from the third movie. I don't know why Dr. Brown chose a train. I feel like a train is so bulky, but it's still very cool. I also took Brendan to the SpongeBob StorePants store. We used to like SpongeBob. It was like a guilty pleasure after college when you had like 3 classes in a row and you needed something to like watch that didn't make you think. Perfect show. But this store is just so well made that I had to show him. I think my middle school brother, well, when he was in middle school, that sounded weird. weird. When my brother was in middle school, I think he would have loved everything in here. But my favorite thing are these signs. Souvenirs make great souvenirs. You can also catch SpongeBob and Squidward taking pictures, but that day the line was very long. This is my favorite one. Free receipts with every purchase. I think that is so clever. And then right next to it, you have bathrooms. I don't recommend you going because they're just not the best. And then you have ET, which is great. ET was posted for 25 minutes with a 15-minute with the pass. The ride is a classic. It does get weird in the middle, so just giving you a heads up. And we felt like the express pass wasn't worth it in this one because anybody could get into the express lane. They also took our names, which is really exciting, but I saw her like pretend type mine. I don't think she actually took my name.
Layla, Kevin, Clem, Desiree, Mabel, Pillow, Brendan.
No, Shirley, I told ya. As you can tell, I was a little salty about it. I just wanted my name to be read. And then we just walked around. We saw the Despicable like dance parade thing that happens throughout. It kind of works like at Disney where you have just random rides here and there. It's really cute. We didn't stay for long. We went over to Despicable Me Minion Mayhem. This one was the longest wait, I want to say, with the pass. It was posted at 65 and we waited 20 minutes. The reason you wait is because it's a show, so if you don't make it, you have to wait for the next show.
Yes, you will be turned into minions. Months ago, my chief scientist, Dr. Nefario, created the device.
If I'm being honest, I wouldn't wait for Minions for more than 10 minutes. We went over to the Born Spectacular. There's no express lane, and we got the ride as the show was starting. Brendan really liked the show. Kat liked the show. I love the show. Go watch the show. Then we went to go eat at the arepas. Like, they had like a summer trucks, kind of again like Disney does at Epcot. They were so good. We got a picadillo arepa and we got a chorizo arepa, and it's just like dough with the meat and the cheese and just really good. Then we went to the Jimmy Fallon Escape to New York, Goes to New York. It's a cute ride. We didn't really wait that much. We waited 10 minutes. It was posted at 25, and yeah, it was fine. Air conditioned.
This is very exciting, guys. In a few minutes, we're gonna go head-to-head in a high-speed, action-packed race through New York City. You're gonna see it all. You're gonna see Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building. But before we start, I have to tell you about some very important safety precautions.
Next up, my favorite drink over at Finnegan's. It is like a margarita, but it's like a cranberry margarita. It's really, really good. It's so refreshing. I have to get it anytime I'm at Orlando's Universal Studios. If I'm at Hollywood's, I get the Island Adventure one. We went back over to Wizarding World of Harry Potter because we wanted to shop. I wanted to shop a little bit, and then we were gonna cross over to the other park. Now we did have Park Hopper and we had Express, which is probably why it was also as expensive, because we're getting Express for 2 parks rather than 1. If it was 1 park, it would have been less. But the King's Cross is so worth it. It was posted for 75. By the time we were off of it, it was posted for 30 minutes. We waited about 20-ish minutes. Really worth it, but you can only do this if you have Park Hopper. You don't have to have Express, but you do have to Park Hop, and you get to do it on the way to Island of Adventure and on the way back. Each one counts as 1. So don't think of this as like 1 ride. It's pretty much 2 from, and then 2 counts as 2. And it was really nice experience overall. I like it just for this. I've gone with Kitty, and Kitty hasn't rode it, and she's like the biggest Harry Potter fan, but that's because we never do park hopping, because it just doesn't seem like you can fit all of it as a park hopper. But with the Express Pass, I did feel like park hopping was more manageable, and we were able to do all of the rides that we wanted on both parks because of the Express. On this particular day, it was very busy. Like I said, it was like summer, so just very, very crowded, as you can see, and I felt like we could do everything, so that was kind of nice.
inexorable creatures. Something from the trolley, dear. I'd say you'd earned it.
Any chocolate frogs?
Oh dear. Best get back to your seats now. I'll try and round up these little runaways.
So we pretty much park hopped right at 5, and it was a really, again, nice experience. I felt like we didn't eat much on this day. Now that I think about it as I'm going through the footage, I'm like, what did we eat? I think we only ate the potatoes and the arepas and maybe a snack later on, and that was it. We got to Hogsmeade around 5:30, so it is a ride in itself, the express, so that's a ride, so consider that. And even though each ride is taking us 10 maybe 15 minutes, it does add up eventually, and then to and from each ride does add up as well, so just something to consider as you're planning it. We went over to the Flight of the Hippogriff, which is posted at 50 minutes. We waited 10 minutes with a pass, and even that's a lot. If you've never ridden this ride, I kid you not, it is less than 30 seconds, like less than 30 seconds. So sometimes you see the line being 90 minutes. I'm like, no, never wait that long. It's 30 seconds. I can't emphasize it anymore. Just don't do it if it's like a really long line. It's really cute, but that's it. We also went to the next puke tours, which is Forbidden Journey. I get so dizzy. Was this 3D before? Because I felt like I got less dizzy this time, and the wait time was 5 minutes for us, which is insane because if you look at the posted time, it's completely different. This was the shortest wait time with the express pass. We headed over to Velocicoaster. This was Brendan's first time doing it. It was my second time doing it. You do not get the express pass for it. You also cannot use the express pass for Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, so just a heads up on that. This was posted at 45. We waited 41. When I went with Kat, it was posted at an hour, and we waited an hour. So the wait time and the posted time is really on it on this one. I personally really like this ride. Kitty also really liked this ride. Brendan was not that into it. He said his head bubbled too much and that he preferred the Incredible Hulk still, so that's still his favorite ride. I don't know, I think this one's just really fun. To be fair, he had a headache, so I think that wasn't helping his case, which is probably why he didn't like it as much. But the queue here is so cute. You do have to leave your stuff in a locker in the middle of the queue, which is very interesting. It's the only ride like this, but I say it's worth the wait. We did waste an hour of our express time, but that was okay because we wanted to do it. We then headed over to Jurassic Park, the River Adventure. We don't have this one in Hollywood anymore. It was posted at 40. We waited 10. We now have Jurassic World over here in California, so it's just nice to do the OG one, and for 10 minutes, can't beat it. We went then to the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man. This one always has long wait times. It's very fascinating. On this day, it said posted 50 minutes. We only waited 12, and it was really nice because we went through a back way, not even the single rider way, just a different back way, and I got to see posters and some things that I'd never seen before, like this room where they do the picture reveal, and then on the top it had pictures. I've never seen this. I feel like only express people get to see this. And then we went on the ride, which is really fun.
Crime reports are coming in from all over the city, and I'm starting to get worried. Did you see that? The spider signal!
Outside the Spider-Man ride, there are these pretzels, and this was a pizza stuffed pretzel. B and I both enjoyed it, which we usually don't share likes, but this one we both agreed was really good. We then went back on the Hogwarts Express. It was posted at 10 minutes, but really we waited 5 with the Express Pass, which was really nice. And I think at this time people stopped park hopping. So if you want to do the Hogwarts Express but maybe you don't want to wait, sometimes the Hogwarts Express can be up to 2 hours, then wait until later in the evening and then park hop with it then, because you can see it was 5 minutes. I'm sure almost by the end of the night it's maybe like a walk on or 1 to 2 minutes, but it's just so pretty, and it has a different scene. So on the way there you get one scene with the mentors, and then on the way back you get one scene with the twins, and it's just 2 different sets, and it's really cool to see. Although I will say I hate Hermione's voice in it because they didn't actually use Emma's voice, because I don't think Emma wanted to do it anymore. They also didn't use Harry's voice, which is fine because Daniel Radcliffe sounded the same. The only real voice they used was Rupert's, which is great because he's my favorite, but it's just cringy to hear the Emma supposed to be Hermione person. It's rough. I'm not gonna lie, it's very, very rough, but the Shrunken Heads are my favorite. We went shopping again, of course, and then We park hopped over one more time, but this time we had to do it by feet because by then the Hogwarts Express had closed because one park closes 1 hour before the other. And we rode the Incredible Hulk. It was posted at 25 minutes. With our Express Pass, we ended up waiting 26 minutes because it broke down in the middle of it. And so by the time we left, it was 70 minutes for like the regular queue. We also did the Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, which was posted at 60. We waited 15. That was our last ride. And then we ended up walking out of there by 10 p.m. So overall, it was a good experience. Like I said, we had to pay for park hopping, so tickets with park hopping, and then we had to pay for express with park hopping. So it ended up being short of $1,000, which is a lot of money. Overall, we had a great time because we didn't have to rush. We didn't have to be in the sun. Like, I didn't feel hot, really. I mean, yeah, I'm in Florida. I feel hot. But you know what I mean? Like, we didn't have to wait. So for that reason, it's worth it. But if you have a big family, there's no way it's feasible. If you're going routinely, there's no way it's feasible. For us, we live in Arizona, so we don't go often. So for us, this was like a spoiled, what is it called? An expense that we had saved for. Would we do it again? Not for a really long time, I don't think. Now that we've done all the rides and we saw the experience, I think we would wait until it's worth it again. And it's not great that Velocicoaster and Hagrid's isn't included because those are two of the biggest rides, so that's kind of a bummer. Let me know if you've ever done it, if you recommend it or not. Let me know if you have any questions on the comments. I would love to answer your questions. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see other content like this and other days here at Florida with us. And California, we go to California more often. And I hope you have a magical day. Until next time, adios.